up in Silverback Nation? It's week 6 of college football, and you are in the jungle with Patrick and Rico. So crack open a high noon, and let's talk some college football. Salud, Nation. We feel great about our bets this week. All right, so last week we started off great Friday night with Oregon State. We got backed up and smacked up on Saturday. We lost 4 on Saturday. So for the season now, 3 wins, 4 losses, 1 push. We're down 1.48 units. Let's work. First pick, we have Texas minus 5.5 against Oklahoma. Texas won the Red River Showdown. Say that 3 times fast. Red River Showdown. Last year, 49-0. Well, we know that Oklahoma didn't have their starting quarterback, and they do now. That's not a 49-point difference. Oklahoma backers will talk about how this Oklahoma team's a lot different, and they're a lot more talented, and that's true, they are. But so is Texas. Texas is the most physical football team in the country. Oklahoma's combined record of their opponents is 13-12 so far this season. They haven't played anyone. And like I said, Texas is a better football team than last year, too. They're a scary team. They open up the season going to Alabama, beating the Crimson Tide. Last week, they smacked around the Kansas Jayhawks team that was ranked. Texas is a much more talented physical football team and will be too much for Oklahoma. Lay the 5.5. Next pick, we have Alabama. Minus 1.5. It's minus 106 right now in Fanduel. Outside of the Texas loss, Alabama has given up only 9.25 points a game their last 4 games and only given up 270 yards a game to their opponents. Alabama's going to be bigger, faster, more talented than anyone that the Aggies have seen so far. We feel very confident locking in Alabama minus 1.5. Next pick, Kentucky plus 14.5 against Georgia for minus 110. Georgia's ranked number 1 in the country, but Georgia is not the world beaters that they were last year, and the spreads haven't yet adjusted to that. Georgia is 0-5 so far this season against the spread. Kentucky is a mirror of that Georgia team. They play the same way, just a smaller version. Physical, strong, run first, defense first team. Give us the 2 touchdowns on teams that are kind of similar. 2 touchdowns plus the half point. We really like that. They steamrolled Florida last week. The only 2 games that Georgia has had this season in the SEC, they look vulnerable in both those games. We'll take 2 touchdowns plus a half point. Give us Kentucky plus 14.5. Last pick of the day, we have Arizona State plus 4.5 against Coach Prime and the Buffaloes minus 118. Arizona has put together 2 impressive covers, not wins, but covers the last 2 weeks. They were 34.5-point underdogs against USC. They were down by only a touchdown with just 8 minutes left in that game. They were 13-point underdogs last week to Cal, ended up losing 24-21. Here's what's interesting about this line and this bet, and here's what makes me love it. This line opened up at 4.5. Since that time, as the time of this video, 92% of bets against the spread have come on Colorado. 92%. Now, ordinarily when that happens, the books adjust the line because they want to even out the bets. So ordinarily, they would give Arizona 6.5, 7.5, because they want more bets to come on Arizona to even it out and they can clean up on the vig. Not in this case. The line hasn't moved, which is very interesting. What does that tell us? That tells us that the books want people to keep betting on Prime in Colorado. The public is all about Coach Prime because they watch SportsCenter and First Take and College Game Day for 22 minutes a week, and I think that Coach Prime is the answer. But we know that Colorado's offense is the best unit on the field. The second best unit is Arizona State's defense, a close second. The third best unit on the field, Arizona State's offense. The worst unit on that field is Colorado's defense. And the nation knows what the books know, that Arizona State's offense can do more damage against Prime's defense than Prime's offense can against Arizona State's defense. Give us the 4.5 points. Let's put Prime to bed. Have a great day, Silverback Nation. We will see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.